Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever on the seven seas of you might be. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I'm recording this during Easter, so I'm having myself some excellent chocolate and some coffee. I hope you are also having something tasty to eat and drink, and that you are feeling well. I just had the most awesome nap ever, and ain't that the best thing? Or am I just showing my age here talking about naps? But I really appreciate them. So, without further ado, let's continue. Yep, new location, and that's where we are heading. To the scrapyard. So let's head on out. And a surprise
We're
encounter.
stopped at a checkpoint manned by White Street officers whose sneers are tighter than their uniforms. I get the feeling these are no shift-clocking schlubs. All whitecaps stink like rotten pork, but these ones seem to be wrapped in fancier dumplings.
So we might get into some combat here.
Who are
Intriguing.
they?
If I had to guess, White Street Intelligence. General Eli's secret police.
Oh boy.
You said it. Just keep cool.
Oh boy, indeed.
After a moment of tense quiet, they wave us through.
All right, move along.
Apparently, we're not the particular field mice these hawks are hunting for, and I'm not about to give them a second chance to swoop. As we burn Aether and leave them behind, I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding.
Whew. I hope that won't be a problem on the way back.
We will see, won't we? Let's continue.
If the lifeblood of White Street is industrial refuse, then the scrapyard is its beating heart. From his steel parapet overlooking the yard, the quartermaster governs this realm of rubble with determination.
So yeah, we are trying to get some uh, water ships or whatever. So let's look around the scrapyard a bit. So we have Theodore Lutsko, and Melly's standing there, and if we can get into his office, we might be able to find something in the desk drawer, or yeah, there might be some things to look around there. Oh, and there are some water filters. We are not the sneaky person, so I don't think we will be able to sneak in there, but we might be able to talk our way into a solution this situation. Uh, Primary storage locked, and the beanstalk, some kind of orbital elevator, I guess, perhaps. Um, Before we talk to him, let's look around.
Not while he's here.
Obviously, let's inspect half-eaten
Like
meal.
his scrapyard, the quartermaster's in a perpetual state of activity. Maybe a nice turkey club once in a while might have resulted in fewer gray hairs for the old soldier.
Let's notice the water
I
filters.
spot a crate of water filter parts inside the quartermaster's office. Can't lift him while he's standing there, though.
Yeah, right about now, I wish we were a stealthy character. Let's look at the tattered flag.
The quartermaster is a decorated veteran and displays his war memorabilia with pride. Strikes me as odd. From what I've heard about the Philippines, wouldn't you want to forget?
Hmm. Might be an angle there to smooth talking him. Good eye there. Uh, Primary storage lot
The
inspect.
main lot is in constant noisy motion, a cacophony of combustion engines and sparking steel. When you look past the grime, it's a place of ferocious efficiency and discipline.
And inspect the beanstalk.
The massive cargo elevator locals call the Beanstalk is one of the last remnants of pre-Aether tech, relying on grit, machinery, and braided steel to plunder the refuse of the old world.
Ah, so kind of orbital elevator, although it's rather going down to the Earth and getting stuff back up into the floating ship instead of like a space elevator. So, just having a sip of coffee. Cheers to you all. Mm-mm-mm. It's a good day to be playing some Aether and Iron. So yeah, I will not be save scumming. We will roll with the decisions we make and the outcomes we are getting. So if we shuffle up the game at some point or make it more difficult, we will try to work around that. So yeah, but let's talk to the chief of this place.
The quartermaster would have a friendly, likable face if it wasn't lined with the stress and fatigue of a lifetime of devotion to Eli. It's clear as we approach he's neglecting 7 other things by talking to us.
Yeah, it might be corrupt, but let's remember that the Aethers are having some sort of a working relationship with this dude, so we might not want to mess that up and get someone far worse into his position. Um, that might get the Aethers into some uh, trouble there.
Sergeant Major Lutzko, I'm Gia Rendazzo, and this is Nellie.
Pleasure, girls. Sorry about the state of things around here. I don't often host such fine company. What brings you to the scrapyard?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You see, we're looking for...
Just a few minutes of your time, then we'll get out of your hair. Sir, how do you get along with the Aethaniers in White Street?
They keep to their own mostly. That's fine by me. Why?
Well, they're not getting the supplies they need to survive, you see.
Nelly, please let me handle the conversations. I know your heart is in the right place, but please, you are not streetwise. You are not the smooth talker. You're a genius professor who babbles too much. Please, please.
And you're what? They're lawyers or something?
Heat increase. So yeah, here's what I talked about a bit last episode. Some actions attract heat. High heat improves brass talent checks, but worsen hustle checks. Ah, okay, but hustle. So too much heat will damage or negate our smooth talking ability, I think, or the checks we need to pass. Um, Low heat does the opposite. Yeah, so we want low heat. High heat also leads to more enemies in combat. Yeah, we want definitely low heat. We need to be handling the smuggling very sneakily.
His eyelid twitches. He's getting impatient already.
Ask about Eli. Ask what he means about lawyers. Cut to the chase, and that's a strategist check, and it's a 50-50, so we won't be doing that. Ah, charm him. Yes, so that's the easy one. But let's find out some information first, and I hope the smooth talking option won't disappear here, because I want those sweet, sweet XP. Ask about Eli.
So I take it you served with General Tellingast, is that right? Where were you posted?
Yeah, the Philippines. Tough tour. Wouldn't have made it without the general. Saved my son.
I think you must have been very brave to do what you did. And it's plain to see you and the general are very close. He's lucky to have you around, I think.
Sorry about that, my finger slipped. It happens.
You're sweet as a Georgia peach, ain't you? Thanks, Missy. He's an extraordinary man. A real visionary, you know?
Oh, really? Like blowing people up with lasers?
And what's he envisioning for White Street exactly?
The general's been beating back the Huns at our gates for as long as anyone can remember. You mark my words, ladies. These islands will never fall. And one day they'll be shinier than the heights.
Stars fill the old soldier's eyes, a proud stiffness rejuvenating his weary frame. Talking about his boss transforms him into a younger and more zealous figure. It's almost tender, in a strange, skin-crawling kind of way.
Yeah, he's a loyal soldier, and loyalty is admirable at times. Um, Ask what he means about lawyers.
You deal with a lot of lawyer types?
There are Aether lawyers? Do they go to law school? Can they go to law school? What sort of law do they practice?
The sneaky kind, sweetheart. Yes, the rats have pet snakes, and thankfully, no, we don't get a lot of them up here. They're nothing but trouble.
Oh.
Burrowed into their libraries of theirs, poring over contracts, looking for loopholes, taking advantage of the system, making a lot of red tape and wasted time for people like me.
Taking advantage of the system, you mean they are trying to survive. But yeah, that's atypical for people like him. Uh, Not much brain activity going on in there.
He scowls. I decide it's best we ease off. Well, that's just what we want to avoid. Forget I said anything.
So let's try to charm this guy. It's easy, but it's a 72%, and I would like it to be a bit higher, but roll the die.
Look, you Whitecaps are all about honor, right? You understand what an oath is. We made a promise to help these people, and we intend to keep it.
Haha, no problem. And we gain 10 XP. Sweet, sweet XP.
Where you two been hiding, huh? White Street could use a couple more women like you.
You think?
Ah, hell. Look, I'm really busy. I'm gonna be in my office, stuck staring at paperwork. I assume you can show yourselves out? You follow?
Um,
It isn't permission. The old bastard would kill me if we ever ended up on opposite sides of a fight. But it's a chance. Yes, we do. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, ladies.
With a forced smile, he picks up a clipboard and walks off, shouting orders down at machine operators, and leaving us to look out over the yard alone.
I'm sure that if we had failed to charm or handle the situation in some way, we could have used our the finer booze bottle we got in the bar at the beginning of the game as a bribe, I might imagine. So we might not want to sell that off, but use it because you can actually use items as bribes, not just like cash.
The gangway behind us squeals under a heavy step, and I turn to see a black-clad stiff trying to pass us a counterfeit smile. He puts down a half-drunk carton of milk and goose steps into our path, ever so politely blocking our exit.
Good afternoon. Intelligence Officer Randall Pitt. And you are?
Really? Hello, Mr. Complication. We don't need any added complication to this. We're. Damn it.
His feet are welded to the iron below, and the pins on his jacket identify him as one of the highest ranking hogs in the White Street Pen. There's no moving this one unless he wants to move. Gia Randazzo, and this is my sister, Nell.
Really? You wanna go with that one? Okay. Quick thinking, but easy to check up on, I
A
guess.
pleasure, madams. And what, may I ask, is the purpose of your meeting with Quartermaster Lutzko today?
Yeah, why did you go with sister and not friend or something? I don't quite follow her thought process there. Gia?
What's it to you, Mac? The officer's eyes flick upward, scanning my face with the practiced arrogance of a bully who's never had to throw a single punch. I return his gaze with a frosted steel stare of my own.
Miss Randazzo, was it? Just a few questions and you can be on your way. No need for you to escalate this.
Yes? Let's be civil and talk our way out of this like we do every situation.
His reptilian eyes flick from me to Nellie, greedily drinking in her details. This one's the type to seek out power and authority purely as an excuse to start fires wherever he wants. And he's oily enough to be a hazard around any open flame.
Yeah, I don't think this is the type to smooth talk, but we might be. Yeah, I don't quite know what angle we want to use on him. I guess let's use our brain more than our charm.
We were just hoping Lutzko could help us find something.
And what is it you're hoping to find?
Excuse me, but don't you think that's a bit personal?
Hmm. Do we want to lie or push him off? The thing is, I don't think he will react too well to showing off force, since he wants to be the most powerful guy in the room, so to speak. Um, I just wish that we were able to see the dialogue option, exactly what Gia would be saying here, but I think lying is the most prudent action in this case.
Run of the mill scrap. Spare parts. I got this lemon, see, and she needs a lot of love.
I see. And what is it you do for a living, exactly?
Mm, Be honest. What does that mean? Are you gonna tell him you're a smuggler, or please, game, give me exactly what the character would be saying here, because I don't know, and therefore it's hard to make a decision. I guess he wouldn't admit to being a bloody smuggler, but I'm not sure, so let's be cagey.
This and that. Plenty of odd jobs around for a working gal.
How very specific.
For sure.
He's inching closer, and my hackles raise. This snake doesn't need an excuse to sink his fangs into me. I better not give him one.
Yes.
Were you present at General Eli's recent parade, by any chance?
Yeah, I can admit to that. We didn't do anything. So sure, and we might find out some information.
Yeah, we were. It was a fine time. Until it wasn't.
Yes, indeed. Very regrettable, the anarchists. But a lovely event overall, I thought.
I'm sure you thought so, and I'm sure you liked the show of force in that bloody laser, didn't you, you creep?
Anyway, listen to me prattle on. I get flustered when faced with such ravishing beauty, you see. For sisters, you don't look that much alike. Do people tell you that often?
Yeah, that was such a good line. Yeah.
Oh, he's loving this. Savoring every second like we're a pair of potato knish, fresh out of the oven. Which means, of course, he's about to bite.
Mm.
I trust a pair of such good little New York girls would promptly report it if they were made aware of any illicit activity on the part of Sergeant Major Lutzko. Correct.
You want to take his place, I gather.
What do you mean, illicit?
Oh, you know, illegal, wrong, things that would demand a transfer of leadership here into more capable hands. Anything he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think we want this guy taking charge over here.
How would I know what he should or shouldn't be doing? His smile flashes in and out of existence so quick, you could argue it never happened. In an instant, his officious familiarity vanishes.
How charming. Now, you and your sister can testify to what you know, or we can take this up with General Tillinghast. Your choice.
Doesn't take a genius to figure Lutz goes into something dirtier than his own soot-stained uniform. I share a look with Nellie, whose sparkling eyes are relying on me to navigate us out of these shark-infested waters.
Ask about the charges being laid against Luxco.
What's he in trouble for, anyway?
Treason, malfeasance, embezzlement. Supplies deemed vital to the war effort have disappeared, only to be found later on the black market or in the possession of degenerates.
Yeah, we don't want this guy in charge. I'm gonna try to lie our way out of this, I think. And also, we don't know anything, really. We don't have any proof, although I'm sure this type of character wouldn't need one. But I won't help him invent stuff.
He didn't need to specify which degenerates he was referring to. Apparently, rats wasn't cruel enough.
The punishment for which is death, of course, by grounding.
Oh, you mean here? Take a lovely flight. See if you can fly, I guess. Splat hits ground. Yeah, that's kind of a horrid way to go because I don't know how high up this city is, but I gather it would be at least a couple of minutes before you hit the ground, so you have a really lovely time thinking about your actions, I guess, before you are turned into a bloody paste.
Grounding? Is that.
Yes, Nelly, it is.
Yeah, kid. The long drop and the sudden stop.
It's justice, my dear. Traitors pay their deficit in loyalty with blood.
Try to steer the conversation elsewhere. Yeah, let's try to finagle him.
I'll tell you what I don't know. Why I've never met you before. Promoted recently? A hungry look comes over him, like a fox delighted by the rabbit who dares to fight back.
I pride myself on subtlety, my dear. Nobody knows I'm around, unless I want them to.
Oh, how very mysterious of you.
How nice for us. He's inching closer, and his military issue aftershave doesn't do much to mask the fetid milk stink of his breath. I maintain the distance between us. Not rude, but not too subtle either. He squints, unsmiling.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, shall we?
Yeah, let's try to play dumb. I'm sure he thinks that all females don't have any brains. Yeah, he seems like the type.
Look, pal, we just met the guy. Do whatever you want, it's got nothing to do with us. Now, we got business to take care of, so if you don't mind. A sneer paints itself slowly across the officer's mug. If he had an angle, he'd use it. But he doesn't.
That wasn't really playing dumb, or rather not what I had in mind, but sure, fine, it works, I guess.
Very well. It was a distinct pleasure. Till we meet again.
Yeah, we don't know anything, so I don't feel that threatened by this so-called military man.
Oh, thank you, officer. Goodbye.
Of
He peels himself out of our path as slowly and painfully as an overglued bandage on a fresh wound. With a final colorless smile, he turns towards the quartermaster's office. Inside, Let's Go spots him, and the old man's Adam's apple bounces like a kid on a trampoline.
yeah, so if we had talked to him, we might have been gaining some rewards or favors, but we're here on behalf of the Aether, and like I said, we don't want this guy in charge, I think, because he is ambitious and seems tyrannical. So even though the other guy is only looking after himself, at least he seems to be somewhat easier to get along with. So new objective, find water filters in the scrapyard. So let's see, are we able to get inside and pick them up? I don't think so.
Just out of reach.
Yep. And inspect desk.
Not while he's here.
Okay. So he's in the office. We can't get into the office. So let's look around the scrapyard
The
then.
main lot is in constant noisy motion, a
No.
cacophony of combustion engines and sparking steel. When you look past the grime, the massive cargo elevator locals call the Beanstalk is one of the last remnants of pre-Aether tech, relying on grit, machinery, and braided steel to plunder the refuse of the old world.
Yeah, Nelly, do you have any ideas?
I don't think I like that Officer Pitt very much.
Nope.
That's only because you've got working eyes and ears. Stay away from him, all right?
You don't have to tell me twice.
Still, seems to me we've got options.
We do?
Well, whether we play it the quartermaster's way or throw him under Pitt's repulsors, you and I still come out with the parts for Alexander and Maria.
I see. But what'll happen to the scrapyard if the quartermaster's arrested by White Street Intelligence?
You never know. Let's Go seems all right, but he's not exactly running a tight ship here. With someone like Pitt in charge, the Aetherians might get more reliable supplies.
You think, yeah, with his opinion about the Aetherneers, not even calling them rats.
But then the restrictions imposed on them may get even worse. Boy, there aren't any easy answers in the lowers, are there?
There sure don't seem to be, no.
You catch on fast for an academic.
Gia, the water filtration pieces we need, where do they originate from?
Well, White Street reuses whatever they can. Old coffee makers, radiator grills. If you can find it down in the burrows, then you pile it onto the beanstalk and it gets carted up here.
Oh, of course. Well, then it's simple, isn't it? We just go there and grab some supplies while they're in transit.
I must be giving her a real scorcher of a look, because she blushes pinker than a spring tulip. You're suggesting we raid a cargo shipment. You're suggesting we steal something?
Well, it's a solution, isn't it? I'm trying to get into the lower spirit.
The embarrassment and excitement fighting for real estate on her face have me this close to throwing an arm around her shoulders and tussling her hair. Let's go, Principessa.
Principessa. Yeah, let's go and see what we can find. There doesn't seem to be anything more we can do there. New locations. So we have the scrapyard. 2 no's for scrapyard, 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 and scrapyard. And Liberty Auto. Ah, there might be a garage. Shop. Um, yeah, so let's get moving.
The busted chunk of an island's underside rusts in the sun, laying precariously on a crushed tenement building. Broken detritus and snapped cabling hangs down close to the street.
Oh, this is perfect! See that? If that old Aether repulsor's not damaged, the parts could easily be repurposed for water filtration.
Hmm. Yeah, we don't have anything to lose, so let's help Melly. Shoot it down. I don't know what that means. Have we got... Let's try and help Melly. If we fail, we fail.
Once we're parked, she runs off and gets to work, untangling pieces of equipment, reaching up on her tippy toes to pull down bundles of wire. She turns back to me.
And we failed. Damn it, we were 1 off there.
Well, start over there with the equalizer piping.
I can't fathom what she wants me to do, so I start tugging on pieces of scrap and hope for the best. My clumsy efforts shake loose a metal assembly, and it nearly cracks open my coconut.
If you don't know what you're doing, stay out of the way. I'll do it myself.
I'm trying, Nelly. I was 1 point off. I rolled a 6. I needed a 7.
I wait by the car till Nellie comes over with an armful of useful parts. She gives me a glare, and I can't help but feeling like I'm back in primary school. At least it's only my pride that took a beating this time.
So we grabbed some water filters. Awesome. But we might find some useful loot down here. So
There's no mistaking the throaty grumble of a scrapper rig on the prowl, all sizzling oil and sparking ozone. Many scrappers are perfectly decent people just trying to survive. I can tell without looking that ain't the case with this one.
we might get into some combat.
Couple of floaters all alone, eh? Easy pickings.
You think, buddy? Yep, combat.
Hey, we staked our claim on this scrap.
Yeah. Tough luck, mate.
Too bad. Finders keepers, pal.
Yep. So, obstacles. Combat is dynamic. Look out for obstacles and lane changes. That could damage or even destroy your vehicle or use them to your advantage against enemies. So, what do we want to do here? So that's a bystander. We don't need to care about those. Bystander. Here we go. Enemies. Bottom feeder and bottom feeders. We have 2 of them. And they are behind us, so we will not lose too much energy or AP moving to them. So let's actually move down to this one and ram him into the obstacle on the right side there. Yep, and we will make a move and shoot him. Oh, damn it! I didn't. I didn't know that would move us to that side. Damn it! I got us in a bit of a predicament here, but well, we're learning. If we die, we die. Let's see what happens. Damn it! Let's see if we can combat. I will be reloading. Damn it! How far back is this? Yeah, let's do a reload because that was a misplay by me.
Chunk of an island's underside rusts in the sun, laying precariously on a crushed tenement building.
Yeah,
Broken
I will
detritus
be
and
I
snapped
will be
cabling
cutting
hangs
us
down
off
close to
until
the
that
street.
point. Okay, let's try and be more careful this time because we lost almost half our health from that play. Um, yeah, okay. So when we use the pistol, we attack on the left side and shotgun is on the right. And if we are in the wrong position, we will move to the right one, correct one. So I will need to remember that part. Okay. But I think the first play was the right one. So let's go get down here. Let's use our ram. Let's move there and let's use the shotgun this time. And he's out of here. So let's move down a bit more in order to make the other enemy waste some AP moving down to us. So hopefully he will not be able to attack too many times. I will actually, yeah, let's move back and let's end turn. So if I move here, will I be able to do anything? I will use 5. We have 8. Ram costs 2 AP, so yeah, we should be able to. Let's move over here. Let's ram this sucker. Let's move ourselves over there. And we don't have any action points, but he will be taking damage from being in that lane. And we really don't want to be on that side. So let's move over here and let's use our ram.
You
There
all
we go.
right?
Oh, I forgot that we lose HP when we ram people. So yeah, I need to be keeping an eye on that ability.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. You really... You grew up with those people?
A different time, kid. A different life.
Ooh, and we got some loot, eh? Scrap for repairs. Nice. Some crate of components. And a small storage compartment. Ooh. That would add +4 storage. So more inventory space. A small storage compartment that adds inventory slots. Yeah. Awesome. We will definitely be picking that one up and that one. Vehicle damage. Vehicles that take damage during combat can be repaired afterwards using repair kits or by visiting garages. So, question is it effective using scrap? Do we use scrap in the garages or purchase repair kits and carry them with you to heal conventionally after combat? Use a repair kit from your vehicle storage to heal the vehicle carrying the repair kit. It is a good idea to carry multiple repair kits. Garages can be found on each island and at the home, with more available as new locations are discovered. Visit a garage and use the workbench to repair vehicles for a price. Okay, we have been taking some damage, so let's actually... I wonder if we want to heal up. It depends on how expensive repairs are at garages and how common repair kits are and how expensive they are. So let's use one of them, I guess, to get back some health. So we will heal 5 points of HP. So let's use one of those. Yeah, that's fine. 13 out of 15. So let's continue looking around.
This is the closest to the burrows I've been in years. If I look off the edge, I might even be able to see where I was born.
You were born on the ground?
I keep my distance.
Gia, what's that?
She points out the passenger window at the dark shape of a scrapper clunker, its burnished surface glinting as it swoops down to intercept us. Its markings, from grease-splashed like war paint across the hood to the scars and gouges of previous fights, suggest a high rank.
Ah, good thing we did some healing there.
That is who we're here to find. As the car pulls up alongside us, an even and untroubled voice squawks out at us.
Hello there. Looking for something, little bird?
He didn't open the dialogue by opening fire, so I take that as an encouraging sign. Nellie's looking at me expectantly. I better choose my words carefully as we pull over.
Let's not fight him yet. Or waste money. We might be able to haggle with him a bit. Ask about the quartermaster.
You familiar with White Street's quartermaster?
Let's go. Sure. He's the only man who puts food on my table.
The scrapper leans out his window and proffers a folded piece of paper. I can see the quartermaster's stamp even before I grab it. It's a personal letter, promising pay for extra security for Let's Go's goods as they travel the beanstalk. That's quite the arrangement you've got yourself. Wish my family'd been that lucky.
You from the boroughs?
Siltside, long time ago. Had to find a different way out.
Siltside? Couldn't be. Nobody comes out of there in one piece.
Well, we did.
Who says I'm in one piece?
Yeah, that too.
The rolling rumble of his laugh matches the cadence of his engine. Mind if I keep this? Could come in handy.
Sure, I've got more at home. The man loves his correspondence.
Ask about the barracks.
How are things groundside these days? It's been a while.
Ah, same as always.
The bitterness in his voice betrays no lie. The burrows are still the same as I left them. Hot in the daytime, freezing at night. Harsh winds carrying skin-slicing dust. Short on clean water, fresh food, and hope.
Hmm.
Some things never change. I still hang my boots out the window at night.
You really are Burroughs' kid.
The scrapper and I share a sharp-toothed grin, and I savor the puzzled look on Nellie's face.
Yeah, let's come back to him and pay for parts later if we can't find anything somewhere else. So let's leave peacefully for now. We won't be fighting this guy. He seems nice.
Guess we go our separate ways then.
Fine by me. You be careful out there.
His engine roars as he peels away, and I hear Nellie exhale next to me.
Okay, so he left. We won't get that option, but I don't want to waste money. Let's see if we can find something over here.
For a moment, I think I'm seeing things. Looks like a scrap pile is moving all by itself. Until I spot the dark shapes of street urchins on its surface, like flies gnawing a steak left out in the sun. Hey, seen anything around here we could use for water filtration?
I'm not sure they'll be familiar with that sort of terminology, Gia. What about...
You mean like mechanical or fancy carbon-type? Ain't seen none today, but Spunky found a whole box of rubber flanges yesterday. No cracks or nothing. You want it? You gotta pay.
Entrepreneurial little thingies, aren't you? Impressive. I might be able to teach you something.
I'm too busy enjoying the shock on Nellie's face to notice the White Street patrol car pull around into my blind spot.
You ain't authorized to be here.
No chance of doing that, Dodger. No, no, no. 27%. But at least this is $8 and not 15. So, yeah, let's do that, I guess.
Fair's fair, kid. But if it doesn't work, I'm coming back. The urchin flashes a wide coffee brown grin as he grabs my offering and gives me the part.
It'll work. Promise.
Yeah, kid, it's better. Oh, and we also got some basic repair kits. I don't know how much those costs, but well, fine.
Not what the Aetherians are looking for, but it'll come in handy.
All right, enough. All of yous clear out.
How will we handle this situation? There is nothing left to look at. I sure hope there might be some change up in the scrapyard up there. Otherwise, we are kind of screwed. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next episode. Take care now. Bye bye then.